Okay, here is the last of the videos on material that is included in this chapter or this folder for the chapter. Okay, so everything should look pretty similar because it's the same kind of stuff every week. I did want to show you something about the survey. It's regular. I don't know if I can say that, blah, 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 blah. But I ask two questions which are a little bit different. The last discussion that you're going to have to write up is going to be on December 4th. And please let me know if there's any student or students that you would like to be in a group with, either because you have not yet been in a group with them or because you've been in a group with them in the past and you've enjoyed it. Can't guarantee that I can make it happen, but I will do my best. And then the last question is, we have our last meeting on December 11th. There's certain things I need to go over in class, but also, is there something that we did not cover in class that you feel is an important part of interpersonal communication, or is there a topic that we didn't talk about enough? So just let me know if there's something you would like to talk about. Okay. Lectures and videos for the chapter, the discussion. So chapter 13 talks about communication climate, or in other words, the emotional tone of the communication that we have with people. Obviously, there's only so much we can do because, much like conflict, there are two people involved. But the textbook gives us several techniques, tips that we can use. And so for this last discussion, I want you to pick one that you thought was really interesting, and you're going to be prepared to talk about it. So it can be using confirming messages rather than disconfirming messages. And I think I just inhaled cat fur. Okay, so that's the first section. Yes, levels of message confirmation, which looks at confirming messages, disagreeing messages, and disconfirming messages. The second one has to do with the work that Jack Gibbs did. Jack Gibbs was just went blank, psychologist who really looked at organizational behavior, and he found that what made workplaces function more effectively was if people used supportive language rather than language that would cause people to react defensively. So I'm fascinated by his work. Anyways, and the last one has to do with different ways that we can make sure that we are engaged in a dialogue rather than in a monologue. And I'm sure we're all thinking we do a good job. It's always those other people who just won't shut up about something. So what you're going to do, you're going to pick one of those that you really like, and you are going to pick a suggestion from, one of those three sections and evaluate how it would work for you, or maybe you've already tried it, so you can tell us how it worked for you. If it's something that you're thinking about doing, you might want to ask your group for advice. So let's say you've decided you're going to do confirming and disconfirming messages, but someone in your group is maybe going to be doing encouraging dialogue. So you have to make sure that you have enough information about the entire chapter so you can actually engage in a fruitful discussion. Okay, so you want to discuss the pros and cons of any of the suggestions that were given in the textbook. And my suggestion is, when you are presenting your ideas to the group, refer directly to the textbook. Then there's a reason that I said this textbook is required, because there are a lot of good ideas in there. Okay, and then make sure when you're writing up the discussion that you actually quote or paraphrase. If you are not a quoter, you know who you are. Okay. Let's see. There is a quiz, as always. If you have not yet used your last green card, or your missed work green card, you need to do a journal for any of the last 4 chapters. I mean, you can use your green card for a quiz if you want to, but because the journals are worth 50 points, to me, that's the best value. If you decide you want to do the journal for chapter 13, there are a couple of people are like garbage trucks is a video. Supportive and defensive climate is there's a video. I think the rest of them are articles, mostly short. Okay. The final draft of the essay is actually due on, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to this. If you decide you're going to use the green card, go here, go to create submission, and then type, I am using my missed assignment green card. Okay, and then we're going to cancel. And then you don't cancel, you actually submit it. Okay. But how did I get to chapter 10? I have no idea. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Oh, I know now. And the final draft of the essay is due on Wednesday, the 11th. Submitted earlier if you can. I'm saying this or writing this in the feedback that I'm giving people on the rough draft, but if you feel it would be useful to meet with me once you get feedback, please let me know. I know I have a couple of appointments in early December, so I want to make sure that, don't spring something on me at the last minute. Just we'll make sure that I actually have time to meet with you. I don't mind. I actually enjoy talking with students, and so please do not feel that it's an imposition to say, I listened to your comments or I read your comments and I don't understand. It's a lot. Sometimes it can be easier when we can have a back and forth in real time. The downside of mediated communication sometimes is that lack of synchronicity. Isn't that a great word? Okay. I'm recording this before Thanksgiving. I doubt you're going to listen to it before Thanksgiving, but if you do, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving and that no one in the family is creating a disagreeable climate. And if you are listening to this after Thanksgiving, maybe we can talk about what the family communication climate was like on this day. I will see you guys all on December 4th.